the morning has been rather interesting. Former campaign manager for the new guy, Paul Manafort, just surrendered to the FBI after getting hit with 12 charges, including conspiracy against the U.S. Are you okay back there?
They're so happy.
You were shocked to hear it, I know. A video that is going viral that some kind of think might be a glimpse of things to come. Take a look.
Faces and smile for a moment.
I want to just be clear. That was actually scenes from the show Daredevil with the theme song from To Russia with Love. But, and some, I don't know who did it, but they did a beautiful job. It looks like a really great thing. It is not real, okay? I just want to make sure people understand that, because people say, oh my God, they put this thing out there and they said this was real. We know it's not real. It is a mock-up. It's that somebody sent out, okay?
Well, it's not real yet.
Well, but the new guy is not backing down. This morning he tweeted, sorry, this is years ago before Paul Manafort was part of the campaign. But why aren't crooked Hillary and the Dems the focus?
Oh, God. Well, this behavior actually goes into 2016, so it was into the actual campaign. So that is not a true statement. But the other thing is, I just keep thinking this nothing burger sure tastes really good. Anyone else? Like, I was told I was crazy for so long, and I was starting. Well, I think people kept saying, you know, depending on where you were watching, which I was trying to cross-reference my sources so I could see what everyone was saying. Some people were saying, oh, the obsession with this Russia, it's just crazy, and I just feel a little better because I was beginning to think, is it all in my head? Are these all coincidences? Like, is it?
You know, this is the indictment, by the way, everyone.
But you know what? We don't know what we don't know yet. Let's not get, like, let's just, that we don't even know exactly what's happening.
But if we talk about the indictment, which is a fact, right? Because I have it right here.
It's you know what's also a fact is that it came out last week that the DNC and Hillary Clinton has ties through this Fusion GPS Oppo research group, and they also paid money to get this Russian dossier. Now, I'm not saying, I don't like the term nothing.
Isn't that normal to have opposition research conducted?
It's not through the Russian, not with Russian operatives, which Hillary Clinton did as well.
It's not that it traces to Trump, but I'm saying I always had a problem with the fact that there was a crazy amount of ties.
But this is the ultimate breakdown of democracy and the humor and levity surrounding it on both sides. And by the way, I would like to say that there's a quote that just came out.
Wait. Let's not talk about both sides.
Can I please finish?
Well, no. Let's not talk about both sides. Let's talk about what's happening today.
And the dossier. Hillary Clinton
is not the president, and Hillary Clinton wasn't just indicted.
To give you guys insight, because I actually know a lot about Paul Manafort.
We don't need insight into Hillary Clinton.
Let her talk. I want to hear.
You don't need any insight from me.
No, Meghan, I want to hear.
You know what? Paul Manafort, I will say, for those of us who work in Republican politics, has always been someone who has been ethically ambiguous for a very long time because of these money dealings and allegedly taking money from Ukrainian officials in the Russian government. We all know the story about Don Jr. meeting up with the Russian operative allegedly to get Oppo research on Hillary Clinton. A source to the White House just said to Sarah Murray, these guys were bad guys when they started, they were bad guys when they left. So during the campaign, when he was hiring people like Roger Stone and Paul Manafort, it raised a lot of alarms for people like me, because in interpolitical circles, your campaign operatives are a reflection of the candidate.
Yeah.
And I will just say, we don't know what we don't know at this point, but to sort of like poo-poo the idea that the DNC is now also attached to this Russian dossier is what makes Republicans' head go crazy. I'm not saying President Trump. I'm not saying President Trump, Meghan.
And also, can I just say a couple?
Why are we even talking about the DNC? Why are we talking about Hillary? Why aren't we talking about the two people who were indicted today?
Because she did the same thing. You're vilifying that move.
Listen. You know what really bothers me? 75% of the Republicans in this country do not think it's a big deal that the Russians invaded our country through cyber attacks.
President Obama told Mitt Romney that it was a 1980s foreign policy in the 2012 Republican debate.
President Obama wasn't indicted today.
Democrats didn't take this seriously. You know what? President Obama Obama did not take Russia seriously. I'm just trying to explain to you my side of the aisle.
No, yeah, but let us give it a little to you, too.
But I'm just saying it's intellectually dishonest to say that Democrats have always cared about Russia until it started impacting our election. President Obama did not take it seriously. I just quoted you what he said to Mitt Romney.
I'm talking about something else. 75% of Republicans do not think it's important to invade our democracy.
That is not true.
I think that's outrageous. Yes, it is a fact. I saw it this morning on news.
My family is sanctioned from ever visiting Russia because my father is such an adversary to Putin.
Well, you're in the 25%, Meghan, and you and your dad are in the 25%. I'm not talking about the entire Republican Party. It's very disheartening to hear this about this people in this country, that they don't care about the democracy that we have worked so hard, that your family and mine have fought so hard to preserve.
Meghan, it is the worst part of this election for me. Is the sort of normalizing of Vladimir Putin. I 100% agree with you. He's a dictator and a thug, and you just have to Google Boris Nemtsov and on to see what he has done. But I'm just saying, don't underestimate the politicization of this as well.
Well, Meghan, what I was going to say is when you brought up the thing about
the one clap, the one conservative in here.
the dossier and stuff, if it comes out that there's more collusion on any side, I'll always be concerned, but I think the timing of bringing up Hillary Clinton while we're finding out the present administration is having these problems is just a little more concerning.
It's a canard.
His approval ratings are at an all-time low. Wall Street Journal poll that came out this morning. Trying to get through any tax reform, his trip to China, he is screwed right now. The narrative is completely out of control.
If he's innocent, Trump, which he claims that this is just a witch hunt, let's say your tax returns. Well, that will pretty much straighten the whole thing out.
I think that's true. And the thing is, we've danced. Wait a minute. We've danced around every single topic except what happened today, which is we have an indictment against Paul Manafort, who was the campaign chairperson for Donald Trump in March 2016, and Richard Gates. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars that were, you know, that were money laundered. We're talking about meetings with the Russians. I mean, this is not about both sides. This is about this side. And I think we need to call it what it is.
Because it's easy to jump to the fact that, you know, like this guy was close to Trump. Shouldn't they be background checking? And this guy had an investigation in 2014. Isn't someone there to say this is
a lot of, but a lot
day-to-day operations?
They're not going to check on each other.
We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Coming up, Kathy Griffin unleashed her bombshell rant and shocking allegations against Andy Cohen and TMZ's Harvey Levin. Go on, just try to catch your breath, America. Because this will be even more terrifying than our political hot topics.
It's going to be a horror. A horror!
Yes, this will be.
Very scary.
Oh my God. Tomorrow, it's the To Die For Halloween spine-chilling spectacular.
We're in danger, girl.
So, what will they wear? Who will they be? And what scary mad fun will JB Smoove and Yvette Nicole Brown shock us with?
Spooky.
And we've even got your golden ticket with a performance from Broadway smash, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Whoa!
Tomorrow, party with us on The View.
Well, like most of you, just bought a house.
Oh, very nice.